Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I missed putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic evening. The name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you are new to the channel, we go live for Sixers, Phillies, and Eagles games as we do play-by-play. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. Started this channel 2 years ago, and you heard it in the intro. Shout out to Matt Monaco for the awesome fire intro. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, well, we got a Sixers game tonight. Sixers are playing a back-to-back. They play Toronto tonight. That is the first game of the back-to-back. And they will have their big three intact in tonight's game. So we shall see how Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George do in tonight's matchup. The Toronto Raptors, they've been on a losing streak, but they did make a very big trade, and they also got an extension with Brandon Ingram. And he is not available to play in tonight's game. We'll actually go over starting lineups. We'll do that right now. So for the Philadelphia 76ers, their lineup, it'll be Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre Jr., Paul George, Justin Edwards, and Joel Embiid. And for the Toronto Raptors, they got Emmanuel Quickley, Grady Dick, Oke Ogbaji, Scotty Barnes, and Jonathan Mogbo. So that is their starting lineup for Toronto. And again, the Sixers, it's Maxi, Oubre, George, Edwards, and Embiid. Raptors are 16-37 on the season. They've been on a pretty big losing streak. The last time that they played, they actually lost to the Rockets. They lost to the Rockets, the Thunder, the Grizzlies, and the Knicks. And have been on a little skid. The Sixers, they've been on the skid too. They've lost 3 straight games, and they're going to have to try to do whatever they can to just pick up the slack from the last game that they played, which was against Milwaukee. And we shall see if they are going to be able to do that in tonight's matchup. I thought that it was really embarrassing overall that the Sixers were not able to get the win on Sunday. There was no Giannis Antetokounmpo. Damian Lillard went off. Sixers, their defense was just so stagnant on all cylinders. They gave up 135 points. Over these last 2 games that they played against the Bucks and the Pistons combined, they have gave up 130 points. Their defense has really been MIA for the most part during the stretch of games. When they were winning games, they actually were playing a lot better on the defensive side, and that was without Paul George and Joel Embiid. But just overall, they have not been doing a very good job on the perimeter. So Lillard had 43 points in his last game and ended up shooting 8 for 15. Gary Trent Jr. off the bench also put up 23 points and was 7 for 15 from 3. And so that alone, that's 15 for 30 from 15 15 out of 33s. That's just not, when you do the math, that's a lot. that's really a lot of threes. So, but yeah, all right. So we are ready to get started. Let's get going. Sorry that the subscriber count is a little bit low. I've been trying to play with this, and for some reason, it's a little bug, and I can't understand what's going on with it, but whatever, it is what it is. All right, so we are ready to get started. What's going on, Jane? What's going on, Black and Cuban? What's going on? Yes, sir. Lou is also here. How are you? Yes, sir. All right. Let me change our scoreboard. Sorry about that. I will change the scoreboard right now as we speak on both the horizontal and on the vertical. So this one is up and that one is up too. Great. Good stuff. Yeah, so hopefully we get a good game tonight between the Sixers and the Raptors. The Sixers are also playing tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets. That game will be at 7:30, and if they can win these final two games before All-Star break, I think that's really what they should be doing. And that's where I am with this team right now as we speak. They're in their white, red, and blue uniforms. It has red Sixers, spelled Sixers, over on the front side on the chest. And then you got the numbers in blue down below the chest. Then you got the red, orange, green, and blue box coming down the sides of the jerseys. White outsides, red outlines as well. And again, lineup for the Sixers, it's Maxi, Oubre, Edwards, George, and Embiid. So here's the tip-off as we are underway, and it's going to go Tyrese Maxey's way. And the Sixers will have it as they go from left to right. George dribbles over at the top of the key, passes it over to Maxi, pump fake. Maxi steps back over towards his left side, finds George again for a tray, and Tyrese Maxey stepped out of bounds. And already a turnover by Philadelphia. All right, so let's refresh this. There we go. For the Toronto Raptors, they got Scotty Barnes, the 23-year-old, out there at the point guard. He's looking to try to distribute it over to Grady Dick. And there's a little jam down low that's up and in on the little sledgehammer by Mogbo. Talk a little bit more about him in just a little bit. Raptors did win their first game of this regular season series against the Sixers. They put up 115 points. That was on October 25th. Oubre Jr. will tie the game on a little baby hook. And the Sixers and Raptors are knotted up at 2 apiece. Barnes trying to take on Tyrese Maxey, and he's looking for some help. But he'll get it back over at the foul line. And he goes up with a shot, and he's fouled by Maxey. Jeffrey, what's going on, Jeff? How are you doing, my friend? We're still rocking with the Eagle sweater, man. I still can't believe what happened on Sunday. And I am going to go live later tonight, give some more thoughts about that. We are going to the parade on Friday. We will be live streaming that as well. Hopefully, I've been hearing because so many people are going to go there, may not get the best internet connection, but we'll see. We're still going to be there. Raptors are 21st in overall points per game, led by Darko Markovic, who is the head coach. The 2 foul shots are good by Scotty Barnes, and the Sixers get the ball back. Maxi and Embiid play a 2-man game. Embiid is over at the nail. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Takes a jab step, puts up a foul line jump shot, and connects. And we are knotted up 4-4 in this game so far. Okay. Sorry, I'm a New England Patriots fan, but I'm happy that the Philadelphia Eagles won on Sunday. I feel you on that, man. Harrison Barnes goes up with a shot. He's fouled, and he actually made the shot. It took about 4 bounces. It went on in, so they will count it, and the foul is called on Paul George. So it'll be an and-one opportunity for Harrison Barnes. And honestly, there was I didn't even see a slither of contact from PG there. And he was trying to plead this case to the refs. And I think he had a case. A rainbow arcing foul shot is good. And 5 straight points for Scotty Barnes. Sixers cannot solve him. He's like a Rubik's Cube. Money line for the Toronto Raptors coming into this game was at plus 360. And for the Sixers, they're at minus 600. The point spread is at 10.5. Here we go. Edwards tries to go down low. It's rejected by Scotty Barnes as he tried to go up with a dunk. Here's a 3-pointer by Toronto. They can't get it. Oubre corrals the miss, and he's off to the races. Hands it off over to Embiid. Embiid fakes a three, but he'll dribble the ball as Barnes went right behind him. Sixers with some good ball movement, but we have a foul called on Toronto. Okay. So ESPN is not working. They do not want to work today. Interesting. Sixers are playing at home at the Wells Fargo Center. This is the first time that they're home against the Raptors this year. They play 2 more games against Toronto. Here's George on a step-back elbow J. Can't get it to go. And the rebound goes to Toronto. Dick goes downhill. Wide open three-pointer. Connects. And that's a 3 by Toronto to make it now a 10-4 ball game. Just like that. Embiid over at the top of the perimeter. And he'll hand it off over to Kelly Oubre Jr. He's being heavily guarded, but gets the ball stolen away by Barnes. And there's a flush over on the other side. And that makes it 12-4. Scotty Barnes and the Toronto Raptors are going off, and the Sixers have been blank so far here in this first quarter, it seems. Only put up 4 points. George with a terrible pass that was supposed to go to Embiid. That spelled trouble all over it, and it was stolen again by Toronto. And here's a shot that goes up and in and one. Everything going Toronto's way as they have a 14-4 lead, a 7-0 run. That's Emmanuel Quickly with the and one opportunity, and the foul was called on Justin Edwards as he got just a little bit tangled up with him and did a little tango as well on the celebration. We have a timeout called by Nick Nurse, former head coach of the Toronto Raptors. 14-4 is the score out in Philadelphia. Sixers down by 10. Kyle Neubeck says, well, this is going pretty well. Thank you for getting me into the NFL. Dude, of course. I'm happy that you got into it, man. My first NGL, and we win it all. Yeah, man. It was fun. It was a very fun year. I'll be honest, right? Like, this is my second year doing football. In college, I did maybe a couple of football games, but it was for TV, and I never really had a lot of experience doing it. Like, the reps that I got in college for play-by-play were for basketball and for baseball and soccer. Did a little bit of soccer, too. So that's why when we partner with the Blue Coats and with the Blue Rocks, minor league baseball and minor league basketball, reps are the things that really helped. So I didn't really get a lot of calls doing football, and that's like one of the things. When I started this channel, I was thinking, well, I probably should do it because the only way to get better at something is just to do it. And this town cares about the birds. And so that's like the perfect thing to do. And so it was fun. It was fun. And it obviously helps that the team was doing really well. But, I wouldn't trade away anything that we've done. It's been great. And now that football season is done, and now that I'm done with Villanova, I will try to I'll sprinkle in some Flyers games here and there. They're obviously off this week because they're on their all-star break. So we'll mix in some Flyers games, and we'll try to mix in some spring. We're not going to do spring training for baseball because, again, like the 162 is enough for me. So we'll do maybe a little bit of college basketball during March Madness. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We need someone to attack the paint. Yeah. Is that Cooper DeJean? Is Cooper DeJean there? Yeah. I mean, we could use you, man. I saw your basketball highlights in high school, man. I saw how athletic you were. I'm sure that you still got some stuff in you. We need a guard, I think that Cooper should come. I think that you should get the jersey on, man. There's Zach Bond also in attendance. All right, and the foul shot is good to make it 15-4. So ESPN's score bug is not working. So that means that the Sports Scores bot ticker is not working either. And the Sixers have another turnover. Another one. And the Raptors will get the ball back. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We got 15 likes already on stream, which is great. That's beautiful. All right, so here is a two-handed flush that goes down by Scotty Barnes, and that makes it 17-4. A 13-0 run by the Toronto Raptors in this game so far. George gets it over at the nail, hands it off to Embiid. Embiid back over to George, and George tries to drive it inside, and he does hit the layup, and he'll cut the deficit to 11 with less than 8 minutes to go. So again, the starting lineup for the Toronto Raptors that they have for tonight's game, it's Quickly, Dick, Agbaji, Barnes, and Magbo. And that is the lineup for Toronto. Agbo gets it down low. Here's Grady Dick, who wants to try to go up against Embiid and tries to hit a reverse layup, and that's just not going to work, even with Joel Embiid not even at his full health this season. Oubre over to Maxi, and a little bounce pass to Embiid from the foul line, and he forced it and chucked it and could not get it to go. Here's Grady Dick on another catch-and-shoot three-pointer. The basketball gods say no, and Oubre is the one who crashes the glass. George gets it from left to right and dumps it back off to Embiid for three. Yes, sir! Cooper DeJean and Zach Bond certainly do like that, as they are in attendance tonight at the Wells Fargo Center. 17-9, Sixers do trail by 8 points, and we're almost halfway done the first quarter. Agbaji gives it back over to Scotty Barnes, and he tries to go up with a reverse layup, and Embiid thought that he blocked it, but Scotty Barnes is indeed fouled in the act of shooting. So Barnes having a pretty good year for the Toronto Raptors. Again, just 23 years old, averaging about 20 points per game, 7.8 rebounds per game as well, and 6.5 assists, which is 13th in all of basketball. His first foul shot is good. This year, he is shooting 77% from the line. He's only averaging about 4.5 free throws per game, and well, this is already his fourth free throw. So this is actually his fifth free throw right now, and that foul shot is good to make it 19-9. 9 points for Scotty Barnes, and he's been perfect from the foul line. Oubre, Embiid, Grimes, Maxi, and George all out there for the Philadelphia 76ers. George at the top of the perimeter, takes it with his right hand, puts up a three-pointer. No. Grimes on the putback, could not get it to go. He was in the dunker spot and just could not lay it up and in. Rebound by Toronto. Dick at the top of the key, a dump off pass to Scotty Barnes. All eyes on him. Barnes almost throws it away. Gets it back, though. Goes up with a shot. Rejected by Embiid. Rebound by Maxi. 3-on-3 basketball. Maxi outside to Grimes for a catch-and-shoot tray. That won't go. It was from the near corner, and I think he shot it just a little bit too quickly. And the rebound again belongs to Toronto. Grady Dick on the board. There's a little pass that goes away from the shot, and Paul George does indeed intercept it like he was a safety playing for the Birds. Embiid comes rolling down the lane, gets it stripped and blocked by Barnes, and it goes out of bounds. Still Sixers basketball. So Joel is going over to the foul line, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and continue to hit the bell icons as well. And tell your friends and family members. We need 17 more subs for us to get to 4,800. The first foul shot by Embiid, he can't hit it. He's been actually struggling this year from the foul line. He's been a very good foul shooter throughout his career. By struggling, his free throw percentage is down to about 81%. It is snowing. Yes. It is indeed snowing. 19-9, and Embiid is going to take another free throw. Here it comes. He puts it up and knocks it down.
Excellent.
9-point game with about 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. 19-10, Sixers come away with a steal off of the bad pass by Agbaji. And Embiid gets the steal. Maxi in the Sixers front court. Sixers go from left to right in their white, blue, and red uniforms. Embiid thinking about a three. He'll roll down the lane. The Euro step is up. No, but he is indeed fouled in the act of shooting. Didn't really see a lot of contact there, but he does get the call. And Mogbo is the one who is guilty for committing the foul. Mogbo. That's Jonathan Mogbo, 23 years old. This Raptors team is really young. They have a lot of guys in their early 20s. The oldest guy on the team is Garrett Temple. He's 38 years old, but he just doesn't get any playing time. Chris Boucher is their second oldest player at 32. Other than that, they have a lot of guys who are in their early/mid-20s, except for Ulrich Shamche, who's 19 years old and was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies as the third-to-last pick in this year's draft. First foul shot good, and the second one, that's good as well.
Excellent.
Here's Grady Dick on the drive to the basket, rejected by Embiid again. Actually, he contested it. He didn't get the block. Oubre leading the charge on the other side. Lays it up and lays it in. 5-point game. Timeout called by Darko and the Toronto Raptors as the Sixers, they go on a run themselves. And they will be back in just a few moments. Good job by the 76ers to respond on the offensive side. And we'll be back in just a little bit. I hit the like button. That's good. We always like it when you do that. 5 concurrent people tuning in. All right. I asked in the poll question, now that the Eagles won a championship, will the Sixers follow in their footsteps? 11 votes. 27% of you said, and 73% of you so far have said, absolutely no way in hell. That's what you 73% said. Just wanted to throw that out there. That was kind of funny. If the Sixers are going to make a run for this, though, like, let's be really serious. What needs to happen? If they are going to make a run for this, realistically speaking, well, you're probably going to say realistically, JJ, they're not going to do it. I'm just asking, though, hypothetically speaking, if they are going to make a run at this with this roster that they have right now, what needs to go their way and what has to happen? In order for them to have a shot, I think realistically, first of all, they're a play-in team. They're not going to make the 6th seed. I don't even know if they're going to be the 7th seed. So they're going to have to obviously beat whoever it is in both of the playing games, and they're going to have to play the Cavs in the first round. Right? And what they're going to need is for Tyrese Maxey to lead the way. They're also going to need Paul George to put up 25 a game. They're going to need their big three to put up 75 points a game. At the very, very minimum. 75 to 80 points. If they want to run at this, that's what they're going to have to do. For my man JJ, subscribe for the content, the Phillies, the Eagles, and the Sixers games all year long. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Look at Jane going to work. We love the mods. Shout out to the mods. Mods, I love it when you're on your game today. or when you're on your game overall, period. Sorry that ESPN is not working. I can't understand why that is. Here we go at the top of the key. The Raptors will have it, and they dump it back off over to Chris Boucher, the 32-year-old veteran who's still on the Raptors, won a championship with them in his first year with Toronto. There's a runner that goes up and out, and Oubre gets the rebound for Philadelphia. Maxi will dump it off to Embiid. Embiid thought about taking the three again, and he'll try to dish it out to somebody, but it gets intercepted, and that was a bad read by Joel. And there's a dunk on the other side. The Raptors have a 7-point lead and just continue to pour it on against the Philadelphia 76ers and end a little run that they had. George on the drive to the basket, lays it up and lays it in. Got a little Euro step and got past Boucher, and the Sixers cut the deficit back to 5. Boucher with a screen, and, well, with the ball, the Raptors have it. Grady Dick will dump it on off. Dick gets it back, though, over at the top of the key and throws it away as it was supposed to go over towards the near side. And, well, it'll be Sixers basketball again. So Agbaji is the one who got the steal off of Joel Embiid and ended up getting the dunk over him as well. So Sixers have it on defense. It's Jamal Shead who's there. There's a three by Paul George on the near corner. No good. Rebounded by the Raptors again. Shead down low, tries to throw it. Almost picked off by Paul George. Saved by Gershon Yabusele. And a foul called on Toronto on Agbaji. It is 21-16 so far. Philadelphia is down by 5. It's cold in Dallas tonight, says William. Is it really? To make a run, PG has to average 20-plus. Embiid needs to be healthy, and Andre Drummond needs to get 10 or more rebounds. What does Maxi have to average? Yabusele, wide open three-pointer. In and out it goes. He wanted it and almost got it, but almost does not count. Raptors with the board. Council playing defense. Surprised that he's out there for the 76ers. The lineup, it's George, Maxi, Council, Grimes, and Yabusele. I like this lineup. There's Barnes on a pass to Boucher for 3. Straight on. No, we can't get it. Sixers couldn't even get the rebound. And we have a foul called. I think that it's going to be a loose ball foul on Toronto. And that's going to put the Sixers in the bonus. Jacoby Walter is out there, and I think that he's the one that got the foul called on him. Walter's 20 years old. Actually, scratch that. Called it on Orlando Robinson, who was the backup center. Robinson himself, his second season, went to Fresno State College, only averaging about 3 points per game. This is his third team that he's been on. He was on Miami, Sacramento, and now is on Toronto. First foul shot up and in by Yabu. See the Yabu emojis in the chat. Second foul shot, that one is good too.
Excellent.
14-4 run by the Philadelphia 76ers. Robinson will get it down low, and he's being heavily guarded by Gershon Yabusele. He's looking for some help. Finds Scotty Barnes over at the nail. Dump off pass outside over to Walker. Thought about stepping back and taking the three, but gives it back to Barnes. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. A baseline J from Scotty Barnes. Fadeaway shot. No. Yabusele gets the rebound for the Sixers. He leads the charge. Finds Grimes over on the near side. Maxi, a bolt of lightning with a floater inside. He released it a little bit early. Yabusele got the board, but they're going to call a turnover on the Sixers. That's not good. I think Yabusele was in the paint. And they might call, I don't know, but they called a foul. And now both teams are in the bonus, and Scotty Barnes is the one who's going to go over to the line. They called a loose ball foul on Kershawn Yabusele. Thought that was a little bit of a ticky-tack call. Barnes is human and can't make the first free throw. I'm blind and can't see my Yabu. It's all good. You're good. Free throw number 2 by Scotty Barnes. You got it. It's just a 3-point ball game. George dribbling with the right hand. Crosses over with the left over at the elbow. And good ball movement by the Sixers. Maxi over on the near corner. Tries to dump it off over to George. And we have a kickball violation as the ball gets kicked out of bounds by Boucher. Sixers still have the ball. 1:48 to go. We have 18 concurrent people over here in this chat. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Maxi gets it over to Yabusele. And they play a little game of catch. Yabu does get it back. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Yabusele trying to take on his defender, Robinson. Let's see who wins the battle here. And, well, it's Robinson who does win it as the ball didn't even go near the net. And it was rebounded by Toronto. They got the ball, and they are in no particular hurry. At the end of the first quarter, a step-back three-pointer is money. Count it. And that makes it 24-18. Isaiah Emmanuel Quickly, former New York Knick, who was traded in the deal along with R.J. Barrett for OG Anunoby last year, right before the deadline. Maxi with a nice pass to Yabusele, who backs up as he thought he made the three. He did not, and Boucher's there to crash the glass. We just got to get rebounders down low. I mean, we're settling for a lot of jump shots, and there's like 3, Raptors that are over in the dunker spot, and we're just standing around. We got to put some guys in the paint too. Agbaji back to Walker on the step-back three-point shot. That's no good, and another offensive rebound by the Raptors. That's been the name of the game. That's been the main reason as to why the Sixers are where they are. They're getting crushed on the boards. Dick with a 2, yes sir. 23.1 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And Sixers trail 26-18. They will hold it for one more possession as Maxi will get it into the front court. 10 seconds left to go. Shot clock is indeed unplugged. Quickly guarding Maxi on the right wing. Dumps it off to Council for a logo 3. And he can't get it, and that's going to do it here in the first quarter. Only 18 points by the Philadelphia 76ers, as scoring a bucket for them was really hard in a lot of instances. They only put up 4 points in the first 5 minutes of this game. And, well, they go into quarter number 2 down by 8. This is where it is. Is that Yabu? Yes, it is. Falco! I didn't see you on Sunday. What's going on, man? What's going on, my friend? How are you? I'm still buzzing from Sunday. We all are. Well, at least the Sixers didn't give up 40 points in the first quarter. You want a positive? There's a positive. And sorry about the scoreboard here. That's very bizarre that it's not working today. Is it working for any of the other NBA games? Let's see. No, none of the scoreboards are working on ESPN. It's like they're just shut down. The Raptors, who rank in 26th in defensive rating, Jacob Marino says, held the Sixers to just 18 points in the first quarter. Let me just laugh at this point. It really, I mean, come on. It is kind of funny. Our big three is healthy, and we're down. We only put up 18 points in the first quarter. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Daryl Morey. Tried several sites. MSN doesn't give many details on the NBA site. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, having these extra scores, it's nice. But sometimes you just got to live what you got. Live with what you got, so. And if anything, it encourages me to say time and score more, because we do treat it like it's a radio cast. So, got to do what you got to do. The fact that we beat Mahomes and Reed is so good. Falco, we didn't just beat Mahomes. We didn't just beat Andy Reid. We took them to the woodshed and smacked the living lights out of them. We didn't just beat them. We demolished them. I mean, you gotta call it what it is. That was murder that the Eagles committed. The Sixers. That was murder that the Eagles committed. First foul shot is up and in. There's Jared Butler, who's in his 4th NBA season. 24 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall. He's from Louisiana. 193 pounds, too. Sixers added them at the trade deadline. Good pickup for them, for sure. Gives them extra youth, gives them athleticism. And the second foul shot, that one is good. Yabusele will dump it off over to Jared Butler. And Embiid is back out there along with Kelly Oubre Jr. and Grimes. Yabusele looking for some help. Throws it to Oubre. Here's Embiid who gets double-teamed, and he's looking to pass it. And he'll give it up over to Oubre. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Butler at the foul line with a rainbow arcing floater. Connects. 8-point game as we start off quarter number 2. Again, no Brandon Ingram, no R.J. Barrett, and no Jakob Poeltl either for the Toronto Raptors. Those are some of their star players. Scotty Barnes with a little floater. You got it to go. Come on, Phillies. I'm waiting for another World Series championship. Yeah, well, I'm just waiting for Friday, man. I'm gonna be satisfied with that. Grimes for 3. Won't go. Rebound again by the Raptors as they go from left to right. Raptors are just 4-21 on the road. Sixers do come away with a steal. They're looking for their 5th road win this season. And Embiid puts up a 2, and, well, he gets the defender to bait on him. And, well, he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. 16 more subs in order for us to get to 4,800. Don't forget, you guys are also more than welcome to hit the like button and the super chat button as well. We are live almost every single day talking Philly sports, man. And we're going to have some more content and continue to put out all the content that we can. First foul shot is up and in. Hey, guys, what the heck is wrong with this team? We expect better, says Hardcore for All. Well, they're not the Eagles. That's the problem. Second foul shot by Embiid. Line drive, good.
Excellent.
I don't think we're going to get another season like 1980 for at least another 10 years, if I'm being honest. Anunoby with a kick out over to Boucher for a tray. And Yabusele catches the miss. Sixers are down by 8. They only put up 18 points in the first quarter. A step back 3 by Jared Butler. He airballed it. Yabusele there to get the little airball, though, and they'll reset for the Sixers. Embiid on the drive to the basket, puts up a shot, and we have a blocking foul called on Toronto. And I think they'll send Embiid back over to the line. At this point, I mean, there's nobody tall on this team that can just keep up with Joel Embiid. I've always wondered, like, you know, when they're going up against smaller teams, why don't they just give the ball to the big man more in that case? Because he's going to draw fouls, he'll get the whistle, And all you got to do is just send him over to the line or send him down low on the block, and he'll get the foul calls as long as he sells them. First foul shot is up and in. Goat Mike, what's going on, my friend? Goat Mike, shout out to you guys. Make sure that you guys go subscribe to Goat Mike. Does an awesome job with his panel. I love going back and forth with him. Second foul shot by Joel Embiid. It is good. Excellent. Go, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Here's a three-pointer by the Raptors. They can't get it. Oubre comes away with a rebound for the Sixers, and they're only down by 6. Sixers on a 3-game losing streak. Raptors on a 4-game losing streak. Embiid over at the nail. He's looking to kick it out over to Grimes. They play a little game of catch. Embiid down low to Yabusele. Puts it up. Can't put it in. Harrison Barnes got the little block as Yabu was just in the dunker spot. Here's Dick again, who goes up with a 2. Got it to go. Nice job by him. Marshawn, what's going on? Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Here's a wide open 3 by Grimes. He knocks it down from the far corner. Ringing the bell a lot over these last couple of minutes. Shout out to Go Mike. Shout out to Marshawn. Shout out to all of you, man. Goat Mike, you're the best, bro. Again, I really appreciate all the love and the support, man. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's a little drive inside, rejected by Embiid on the follow-through, though, by Quickly. He can't get it, and the rebound belongs to Jared Butler and the Sixers. Butler at the top of the perimeter, crosses over one time, finds a wide-open Yabusele, near corner 3, splash! 2-point game with 8:23 to go in quarter number 2, as the Sixers have put up already 12 points in the first 4 minutes of this quarter so far. A step back 2 by Boucher, and well, the Raptors can't stop the bleeding even though they get another offensive rebound. They are just killing the Sixers on the glass. Barnes with a kick out for a 3-point shot. Doink. Jared Butler rebound over at the Raptors nail, and they'll try to go coast to coast, and he does, and he ties the game. Time out by Toronto with 7:55 remaining in quarter number 2 as the Sixers go on a 10-2 run at home against the Raptors, and they've knotted the game up 32 apiece. Okay, I'll take that. I will take that. Thank you, Giants, for giving the Sixers, or for giving the Eagles Saquon Barkley. JJ, we saw you carrying the traffic lights around the city the other night. Sure. Don't tell anybody. No. I'm putting my hands up, bro. I can't go back. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Can't wait for the parade, man. I'm going to be live at the parade. I didn't go to the World Series parade, you know. I didn't go in 08. I didn't go to the parade back in 18 either. This was my first Philly parade. I'm excited about that, man. JJ, the only game we lost since I started watching your play-by-play was to the Bucks. You're the play-by-play goat. Dude, I appreciate all the support for these last 2 years. And there's going to be many more years to come with this. And we're just going to keep doing our thing and continue to grow the brand. I want to try to do some more types of sports on this channel and try to get other fan bases involved. And I want to put Philly on the map, you know? I think that we have the best fans in the entire world. And so in order for us to really do that, we got to do more and more games. So we'll be doing some more NBA games, especially when we see the play-in tournament hunt and all that type of stuff. Try to do some more hockey. And for baseball, it's going to be a lot of baseball this year. Not just Phillies baseball either. I'm going to try to do some other stuff, especially during summertime. Pound the like for the GOAT and support the brand. Dude, you're the best, bro. Shout out to you. I say that everybody's the best, but you guys are all the best. We can have more than one best. No Brandon Ingram, no Jakob Poeltl, no RJ Barrett, and also no PJ Tucker for the Raptors. Ooh, boy. We got Cooper DeJean, Zach Bond. Who's that, A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown's there too, right? Agbaji gives it down low. And now a little kick out back over to Grady Dick for a three-point shot. No good. Could not get it. And rebound belongs to Philadelphia. 7.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. DeJean is now getting interviewed over on NBC Sports Philadelphia by Taryn Hatcher. That's pretty cool. And the Sixers throw it away. Barnes comes away with a steal. Gets past Embiid. And, well, they'll pass it around the timeline. He lost the ball, though. Grimes comes up with a steal on the other side. Oubre on the drive to the basket. And we have a charge called on Kelly Oubre Jr. Man. Is that Quinion? That has to be Quinion, right? Has PJ Tucker even played in 2025? He has. Has he played starter minutes? No. He has definitely not done that. Actually, I'm sorry. PJ Tucker hasn't even stepped on the court in 2025. You are right. He has not. Raptors throw it away again. And it'll be Sixers ball. There's only 3 other games going on in the NBA tonight. Again, we apologize that the scoreboard is not working on ESPN. There is a foul called on the other side as the Sixers will send Gershon Yabusele over to the line. Other games that we got going on, we got the Knicks and we got the Pacers. That game got started, and it's almost halfway done in the first quarter. Score of that game, Knicks are down by 5. It's 22-17 with 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Embiid for 3 over on the other side. Can't get it. So Scotty Barnes leading the way for the Toronto Raptors with 11 points and 5 rebounds in just 14 minutes. Sixers come up with another steal. Sloppy basketball on both ends. Grimes with an and one opportunity coming up. And a nice pass by Paul George. He saw Grimes was cherry picking down low and decided to just give it up to him over on a fast break. It was actually Butler who made the pass. Scratch that. But Grimes able to put it up and in. And he'll go to the line for one more. RB cut the traffic light with a light. How did you guys know? How did y'all know? 34-32. And here's Butler on the drive to the basket. He puts it up and puts it in. That makes it 36-32. And we have a timeout called. So the foul shot by Grimes was no good. Yabusele got the rebound. Butler then reset it over at the top of the key. And he was just like, I got an open lane here, and let me just take it myself. So instead of a 3-point play, they got 4 points instead. And a timeout called by Toronto. Oh, Oren Burks, not Quinyon Mitchell. DeJean, Zach Bond, and Oren Burks. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson just showed up. It's pretty cool. We got another $2 super chat from our boy William. Thank you, William. Appreciate you. Appreciate it, man. 1 second. So yeah, 36-32 is the score. Scoreboard's not working today on ESPN. So apologies about that. Got nothing that we can do. So we're in the second quarter. There's actually 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this second quarter. So just look up at the top screen for Google. What's up, Eric? How are you, my friend? Daniel's also here. What's going on? Can't wait to hear you and BW call ball games this spring. I appreciate that, dude. All right, and the scoreboard for the Pacers Knicks game is on, so that means that the power should be on for this one too, right? 36-0. Can you imagine? Sixers lead. The Sixers pitched a shutout in the first quarter, according to the Sports Scores bot. That's funny. 36-35. So the scoreboards are working now. Let's go. Shout out to them. Sixers come away with a steal. And, well, Toronto gets the ball back, though, but we have a foul called. All right, so we are back up and running. We're back in business, folks. We are back in business. Grace, I got to give that to you. We were having technical difficulties, and then you showed up, and now it works. Sixers down are only up by 1. Grady Dick will hand it off, and there's a shot that goes up by Mogbo, and it does not go in. Oubre on a drive to the basket, and, well, he's fouled. The money line for the Raptors is at plus 360 as of now, and for the Sixers, it's still at minus 600. Again, thank you to William, and also thank you to Marshawn as well for the super chats. Appreciate it. A catch and shoot 3 by Jared Butler, just its way off the mark. Orlando Robinson crashes the glass for the Raptors. And the Sixers got to play defense. There's a baby hook that goes up, and it goes in by Sheed. Sheed able to put it up and in to make it a 37-36 ball game. Justin Edwards, or Jared Butler, that is, dribbles the ball and swings it around the timeline. George on the far wing at the three-point line. Now steps in towards the elbow. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He'll give it back over to Maxi. He's on the far wing. A deep three by Maxi. No good. It was contested. And a good defensive possession by Toronto. They have the ball. They're looking to take the lead. Grady Dick on a drive over to the basket. And he gets it over Paul George. And all of a sudden, that makes it 39-36. So Maxi missed a 28-foot shot. Grady Dick made a 2-pointer over on the other side. And the Sixers looking to try to tie the game again. Oubre on the near wing. And he's beyond the arc from the perimeter. He puts up a 3. And it's short. Sixers not doing a good job shooting from the field. Neither are the Raptors. That 3-pointer goes in and out for Toronto. Both teams are 6 for 26 combined from beyond the arc. Butler on the drive. He's fouled. And he will head to the line as well. It's always a good time Whoa. Hey, if JJ has technical difficulties, we usually do win. That is true. That is true. Let's get to 50 likes. I would like that. Foul shot number 1. No good. Actually, it is good. Scratch that. Scratch that. It was good. Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly, and Ulrich Chomche are going to step on in for the Raptors. And Justin Edwards comes back into the ball game as well for Kelly Oubre. Foul shot number 2, Bazinga.
Excellent.
Never again. 1 point deficit for the Sixers with about 3:45 to go in quarter number 2. Barnes wants to stiff arm past Paul George like it's football. And Maxi trying to play defense over Scotty Barnes, and he is guilty for committing the shooting foul. Scores are up. Yes, they are. The scores are up. Now I understand why some people make the comparison of Kermit the Frog to Patrick Mahomes. And I never really put 2 and 2 together. But it is kind of funny when you listen to their voices. And Mahomes is a great guy, too. Grimes has it for the Sixers, as the second foul shot was good by Scotty Barnes. He's been very efficient from the foul line himself. Maxi swings it out to Edwards for a tie. Yes! Eric, I will be there. I will be on Broad Street. I will be live streaming, hopefully. So Justin Edwards ties this baby up 41-41 on a far corner tray. Toronto trying to untie the knot. There's a little drive to the basket. That is a little bit short by Okai Ogbaji. And Paul George grabs the rebound. And I think he got fouled. Hey, I think it would be great if Elton John could be at the parade, says Doug. Why do you say Elton John? Follow JJ on all his socials. Yes, sir. Paul George is going to go to the line for 2 free throws. The first one is good to make it a 1-point lead. Joel Embiid will step back in for Philadelphia. Sixers only put up 18 points in quarter number 1. In the second quarter, they put up 25. Oh, and sing Philadelphia Freedom. Now I understand why. Foul shot number 2 by PG. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
For those of you tuning in for the very first time, the name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. And, well, Toronto ties the game back as Emmanuel quickly responds with a layup and finishes on the right side of the baseline. Here's again Grimes, who goes downhill, throws it down with one hand. An exclamation point to put the Sixers up by 2. His parents in the house as well to see their son in the Sixers' home debut. Here's a wide open 3 by Scotty Barnes. Got it to go over from the far corner. Grimes will hand it off over to Embiid. He wants to drive it. He puts it up. And one. He drops the anvil and will head to the charity stripe for one more. The foul committed on Toronto. And Andre Drummond smiling over on the sidelines with 2:02 left to be played in the second quarter. That's your favorite song of all time? Really? Huh. I like Elton John. That one, that's like one of his hits that I never listened to. And I probably should. The foul shot by Joel Embiid. He got it to go.
Excellent.
And the Sixers lead it by 2. There's a foul called on the other side of the court, and that's going to be on Justin Edwards. It is a foul on the floor. We got 34 people tuning on in. The name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I need 17 more subscribers in order for me to get to 4,800. So Maxi playing defense on Agbaji, and Agbaji wins the battle as he stays on Maxi and chirps along and puts some trash talk on the court as he ties the game 40-48. Maxi will bounce pass it over to Embiid, who's at the nail, a step back, and a kick out to Justin Edwards. Edwards will try to drive it inside, and he hits a reverse layup with the left hand. Ambidextrous Justin Edwards able to put up the Sixers by 2 points. And a kick out from Toronto. Grady Dick for 3. Puts it up. Can't put it in. And Philadelphia has Maxi with the rebound. Edwards pump fakes. Edwards hesitates. Tries to drive it to the lane. And he can't get it. It's rejected by Scotty Barnes. Dick will tie the game for Toronto as he was cherry picking on the other side. And it's knotted up at 50 apiece. We're riding back and forth on the seesaw. Embiid at the elbow. Maxi at the top of the key. Back to Embiid, who's double-teamed. And he takes about a couple of jab steps. He's now triple-teamed. Tries to throw it away and has an arm wrestle with the basketball alongside Chomche as they both get tangled up. And Embiid is flat on his belly, rolls over towards his side, grabs onto his wrist. And Chomche does get helped up. Embiid is now flat on his back, and he's looking for some help from his teammates, and his teammates will help him get up. The link tree, yes, in the bio right there. They tried to play tug of war with the basketball, and Embiid just got flipped on over. Like he was doing a somersault. Five seconds left on the shot clock, and we will indeed have a jump ball at the Sixers foul line. And it'll be Embiid and Chomche who will have the jump ball. Embiid, of course, 7 feet 2 inches tall. Chomche is 6 feet 11 inches tall, so Embiid does have 3 inches on him. And Embiid will win the jump ball, gets it deflected, gives it back over to Embiid, and Embiid at the foul line didn't even have to move, and he made it. So Joel Embiid gives the Sixers the lead back. About 13 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Agbaji has it over on the far wing, backs up over towards the Wells Fargo Center sign. Paul George and Joel Embiid guarding him. He throws it over to Grady Dick. A pass back over to Agbaji. And he's at the Penn Medicine sign, gives it back outside over on the perimeter. Grimes trying to play defense. Grady Dick has it over on the elbow. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And there's a shot that goes up by Barnes. Did he get it off? He did not. He did not get it off in time. Sixers lock all windows and doors. All on defense. And there's about 14 seconds left to go. Did he get it off? He did not. Absolutely did not get it off. And 12 seconds to go. Shot clock is unplugged. Sixers trying to look for a buzzer beater here. Maxi with the rock. Gets a screen from Embiid. Embiid gets the dump ball pass over from Maxi. 3 seconds left to go. He spins. He turns. He finds Grimes downhill. And he throws it down with 2 hands. Did he get it off? He did not. He did not get the dunk off in time. He was about half a second late. And that's going to do it to wrap up quarter number 2. We go into halftime. Sixers up 52-50 against the Toronto Raptors. And we'll see what's in store for half number 2 in just a little bit. But we have a little halftime show that's going to be coming on up. So we will talk about this first half. And we'll do that. So Embiid, so far 17 points, 3 assists in the first half, and 2 rebounds as well. 4 for 6 he is shooting-wise from the field, and 1 for 2 from 3. Let's talk about this first half, okay? My takeaways from the first half. The Sixers are getting out-rebounded. What else is new? They're getting out rebounded in this game. They're getting out hustled. They only put up 18 points in the first quarter. They looked very flat out of the gates. The rebounding battle, it's 23-20. It feels like Toronto has like 15 more rebounds than the Sixers do. I'm just calling it like it is. Toronto's a very young team who has youth, who has athleticism, and they play with grit. They are not a good shooting team, but they have guys that are role players that you would take on your team to just, step right in and fill in whenever you need them to come by. I don't know. I know that they're also not playing without two of their stars. One of them is Brandon Ingram. They're not playing with R.J. Barrett either. Scotty Barnes is their leading scorer this year. And he has 16 points and 6 rebounds. He's looking like he's an all-star out there. And he just seems to be doing some good things. He's been averaging about 20 points per game over his last 10 games. Now, the last time he did play against the Sixers, he did put up 27 points, and he had 4 assists and 5 rebounds. But overall, it's just lack of hustle. It's lack of commitment. It's just, with this team, they just have no heart. They don't lay it out there with Joel Embiid and Paul George. And it's a little bit sad. I watched the Eagles team. I watched what happened with the Eagles during that whole playoff run, and every single time they were out there on offense or defense, somebody stepped up to the occasion and was an unsung hero. Quinyon Mitchell had a lot of those moments, right? Zach Bond, another guy who played very, very well, and they didn't even blitz the Chiefs once. Actually, sorry, they did it only one time in the game, and yet he still made plays. He had a nice pick. And so I bring that stuff up because I don't really see a lot of that from this team. I don't see a lot of that from the star players, and that's embarrassing. A.J. Brown showed up for the Birds. Devontae Smith showed up and made a terrific catch in the end zone. Where's that same sort of passion when it comes to this basketball team? We were promised this year that we were going to get that, and Daryl Morey lied to us. Daryl Morey sold us a product that said, we're going to go out there, we're going to get older guys who are out of their prime, who are just washed, and we're going to roll with those players. And meanwhile, you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, you look at the Houston Rockets, you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. What do they all have in common? Young, athletic basketball players who can just jump out of the gym. They have mad hops. They can score the ball whenever they want to, and they know how to box out, and they play very physical defense. It's the truth. And that's the difference between the Sixers and the Eagles. Sixers don't have heart. But in this game so far, what's something that I like? Quentin Grimes is doing some good things. I liked that one three-pointer that he did make. Thought that was really cool. 7 points for Quentin Grimes. 1 assist, 1 rebound. I like him to be a little bit more assertive. My biggest takeaway, and this is bad. Guys, Tyrese Maxey has a donut. My man has not scored 1 point and has just taken 2 field goal attempts. Just saw that number is 0. Number 0 has 0. Why is he not getting the ball? Why is he reverting back to his old ways? He needs to be scoring the rock. I don't care how bad he does, shooting-wise. I don't. This man needs to shoot as many shots as he can. I don't care if he goes 0 for 16, even though that sucks. He needs to put up more shots. Number 0 has 0. That's inexcusable. That is actually kind of frustrating, not going to lie. And it shouldn't be, but it is. Maxi has no points in 17 minutes of play. So, the bench, Jared Butler's doing good things. He's a +5. Ricky Council misses a 3, and he gets benched. Noah Dembona. No Andre Drummond. No sense. But, yeah. I can't believe that Tyrese Maxey is a donut. He has no points in the first half. That's embarrassing. I've accepted Joel Embiid for who he is right now. I accept that Paul George is not probably going to give us a lot of points. But what I expect from my man, number 0, I expect him to get you 28 points a night. That's what I expect. And he had none in the first half. Genwell, what's going on, Genwell? I'm hearing Nick Nurse is calling Patrick McCaw after that Ricky Council 3-point miss. Veterans are more reliable, says Genwell. Well, if that's the case, then my head coach needs to have he needs to think twice about that. Really think twice about that. They have 6 guys already who have played on their bench. The only person that hasn't played is Garrett Temple. But he had no points, only 2 field goals by Tyrese Maxey. Why do you think that is? Why do you think Tyrese Maxey only has 2 field goal attempts in this game? You think that Nick Nurse just said, defer a little bit more? And try to give PG and Joel the ball a little bit more? Why do you think that Tyrese Maxey only has 2 field goal attempts in this first half? I think he looks timid out there. I think that his mindset, with the way that things have gone for this basketball team, Nick Nurse got into his ear and said, "You're a passer. You're a facilitator first. We need you to defer and get Joel Embiid and Paul George involved in the offense today. This isn't your day." And if he did do that, which is what I do believe, that's not how it should be. So why do you think that Tyrese Maxey only has 2 field goal attempts and has 0 points? He's going to turn out like Halliburton? Yeah. But yeah, comment down below as to why you think that he only has 2 field goal attempts. What's up, VFBF? My score prediction? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I truly don't know. I'll still go with the Sixers in this game, but I don't really do a lot of predictions on here. I do a lot of play-by-play. When it comes to this type of stuff, I don't really have a prediction, honestly. Jacoby Walter has put up 4 points in 10 minutes. I'll take him on my basketball team. He's only 20 years old. He also plays defense. He's had a steal in each of his last 8 games. Scott says that makes sense, but if that's the case, it also explains Maxi's frustration with the pensioners of late. He should feel embarrassed. He should feel absolutely embarrassed with this organization. Joshua Harris came out with a statement the other day, and I wanted to read it to you guys, and I wanted to just get your thoughts about this statement. Bear with me for a second. He said that the team, where is the quote? This is what he said, okay? Listen, we got Joel healthy. When Joel, Tyrese, and Paul are all on the court, we are a great team. So we got to keep everyone healthy. In particular, Joel is a warrior. I know he's fighting through some stuff, and I'm really optimistic that we are going to make a playoff run now. My message to Sixers fans is it's been a tough season, and we're all in this together. We feel it, and we're all working really hard to make it better. And thank you for supporting us. Guys, do we buy it? Yes or no? Do we buy what our owner is saying about this Sixers team? Are we buying back in just from that message? That's from Joshua Harris. We got Joel healthy. When Joel, Tyrese, and Paul are all on the court, we're a great team. So we got to keep everyone healthy. In particular, Joel is a warrior. I know he's fighting through some stuff, and I'm really optimistic that we are going to make a playoff run now. My message to Sixers fans is it's been a tough season, and we're all in this together. We feel it. And we're all working really hard to make it better. And thank you for supporting us. Do we buy that message from our owner? Yes or no? Neil says, heck no. Scott says, no, but I will support the Sixers. And I say, hell no. Do I buy it? Hell no. If you cared about the fans, Joshua Harris, your message should be, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the fans that have had to put up with this junk over these last, ever since the end of 2001. We have not made it back to the Eastern Conference Finals ever since 2001. And I'm sorry for the fans that have had to put up with all of this. And I will do everything that I can moving forward to help make this team into a contender again. I made some bad decisions, made some mistakes. I'm accountable for my actions. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. That's the type of statement I would have came up with. Here we go. We start off the third quarter. Sixers do get a bucket. And, well, here comes Toronto over on the other side. While the Sixers fans and the owners aren't suffering the same, even the Sixers go 0-82, the owner still has millions coming on in. Grady Dick for a three. That's way off the mark. Embiid, rebound for the Sixers. Grimes gets it over at the top of the key, distributes it back over to Joel Embiid. Maxi lets it fly for a tray. No good. And Maxi still with no points. Embiid volleyballs it outside to George. George to Grimes for a three. And that one goes in and out. It almost went in. It went about halfway in and just buzzed out at the last second. Barnes with a tray. It hit the front of the rim and then hit the backboard and it went in. So the Sixers get an unlucky bounce and Toronto gets a very fortunate bounce. Just like that. 10-13 to go in quarter number 3 as Maxi gets called for a backcourt violation. Grimes is starting the second half. Good call. Good call for saying that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Quentin Grimes does start off the second half ahead of Justin Edwards. Here's a layup that goes up. That's no good. Maxi comes away with the rebound. He'll bounce it over to Grimes, and Grimes' layup is good. 56-52. Sixers out in front by 4 points. Mogbo, Barnes, Quickly, Agbaji, and Dick all out there for Toronto. Here's a step back tray. That goes in, and it's a 1-point ball game as Emmanuel Quickly will knock down his second 3 today. George, Embiid, Maxi, Oubre, and Grimes all out there for Philadelphia. Embiid misses the first shot, tries to get it on the second try. No. And not on the third try either. And Grady Dick is the guy who grabs the rebound for Toronto. He'll try to throw it over to Barnes on the far corner, and it's deflected out of bounds. I love what Quentin Grimes is able to do so far in this game. He's been a very good player for this team. I want to keep him, man. I do. 30 concurrent viewers. Thank you all so much. Oubre deflects the ball out of bounds again, and Toronto still has possession. How about that little dime from Maxi over to Grimes, who was just slashing over towards the rim to get a layup on a fast break. Raptors down by 1, and there's a deep 3 from the pond. Swish goes the basketball, and Toronto capitalizes. It's Emmanuel Quickly again from 28 feet. And the Raptors on an 8-4 run to start off the third quarter. Jonathan Mogbo with 4 points and 2 rebounds. Maxi throws it away to Dick. 3-on-2 basketball as Barnes gets it stripped from Paul George. George gets it, gets boxed out by Barnes, and there's a 2 by Agbaji that goes up, and then another steal by Scotty Barnes. He puts it up. Well, doesn't get the foul call, and Embiid comes away with the rebound, and Maxi to Oubre downhill, and Oubre gets the layup, and it's back to a 2-point game. Sixers have been very sleepy out in transition in this third quarter. A runner, no good, and an offensive rebound by Mogbo. Scotty Barnes with a turnaround J connects. Scotty Barnes, 20 points, 7 boards, and 1 assist, and 2 steals as well. Grimes with a 3-pointer. Clank. It's off the mark. And a rebound by the Raptors with about 7:45 left to be played in the third quarter. There's a little drive to the basket by Ochai Agbaji, and it's now a 6-point lead for the Raptors. Maxi crosses on over, gets a screen set from Joel Embiid. Embiid will get it, and a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Well, it's 64-58 with about 7.5 minutes to go in this third quarter, and the Sixers and Raptors will be right back. Just some Raptors analysis. Do you think either Scotty Barnes or RJ Barrett can bring them forward? I like Scotty Barnes. I don't think that you can build a team around Scotty Barnes, though. I don't. He's still young, but I think that you gotta. I think Scotty Barnes is not a championship level of a top tier player. You know, you can build around Giannis. You can build around Nikola Jokic. You can build around Luka. You can build around Curry. You can build around Jason Tatum and Jalen Brunson. But I don't think even in like the next 4 or 5 years, you're going to be saying, well, you can build around Scotty Barnes. Now, could you build around Brandon Ingram? Maybe. Ingram, though, is now 27 years old, so he's getting older. He has to really try to... that's a little bit of a stretch. I think that you could build a championship team around Tyrese Maxey. I do. I think that you could definitely do that. Grace says, I don't think Scotty's better than Maxey. I agree. But yeah, a championship level team, I don't think so. I don't. Toronto has done an excellent job of scheming Tyrese Maxey out of this game. I just don't think that they're giving him the ball enough, personally. I mean, maybe I'm watching something different. But are they playing good defense on him? At times they are. But I just don't think he's being aggressive. And he has to take shots. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley are going to be on the Tonight Show. Shout out to them. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. I like Justin Edwards. I've been such a big fan of his. He's over on the bench. Maxi zips it out to Grimes. Grimes to George for a three. Can't get it. Embiid offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. And he's fouled as well. Come on, Sixers, get your you-know-what together. You can do it. Start believing in yourselves again. Move the ball. Get open shots. Make easy layups. Change the rim. Or charge the rim. Keep up the energy and stop pitying yourselves. I like that little rant. Foul shot by Joel Embiid. Got it.
Excellent.
64-61 with about 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Ready Dick has it. Dumps it back off over at the top of the perimeter over to Agbaji. And he'll dribble it with the left hand. He's at the elbow. Swings it back outside to Scotty Barnes. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball gets deflected. It goes out of bounds. Good defense by Tyrese Maxey. And Sixers ball. They could tie the game with a 3 here. Or maybe decrease the deficit to 1 if they get a deuce. Maybe changing the rim would help too. So Maxey will get the inbound pass again. No points for Tyrese Maxey in this game. None. Maxi gets it over on the near side, lets it fly for a three-point shot. No. Embiid tips it back out over to Grimes, who drives downhill. Embiid gets it back, though. Tries to put it up and in. He can't get it. And an offensive rebound. Grimes swings it out over to Justin Edwards for a three-pointer. He airballs it over on the near side. Fast break coming up for Scotty Barnes. He puts it up and finishes over Tyrese Maxey to make it a 5-point ball game. Gives Scotty Barnes 22 points and 8 rebounds in this matchup so far in Philadelphia. Maxi to Oubre for a catch-and-shoot three. Just a little bit short. Edwards tries to fight for the rebound, and Orlando Robinson picks up the rock instead. And we're halfway done the third quarter. Agbaji, Barnes, Quickly, Dick, and Robinson, the starting five for Toronto. Here's a wide-open three-pointer that's missed, and Oubre comes away with the rebound. Or that was actually Maxi who comes away with the rebound. Oubre tries to put up a layup. He misses it. He grabs his own miss, plants his feet, and puts it back up and in to cut the deficit to 3. All right, so Toronto has a 3-point lead. Agbaji again dribbles inside, deflected by Embiid, intercepted by Quentin Grimes. He will try to solo it on the other side. No, but he is fouled. Quentin Grimes being assertive, being aggressive, and he got the steal as Embiid deflected it. It was a bad pass by Ochai Agbaji, and then Quentin Grimes was just off to the races. He spanned right past Emmanuel Quickly and just was able to drive it to the lane, but he got fouled by Agbaji, who was the trailing defender. And the first free throw by Quentin Grimes, he gets it foul line right, and it dances on in. Chris Boucher, Jamal Sheed, and Jacoby Walter are going to replace 3 Raptors. Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly, and Ochai Agbaji are headed back to the seats. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Foul shot number 2. It's up and in.
Excellent.
2-point game, or 1-point game now. There's Boucher on the near corner, and he'll dump it off to Robinson, and Robinson's layup is up and in. It's a 3-point ball game. That was actually Jamal Shead. Embiid over on the near wing, looking to try to get somebody open. He spins, he turns, he finds Grimes. Grimes looking to drive it inside. A kick out to Yabusele. Far corner 3. Swish! Gershon Yabusele yells out bingo, and we're locked up at 68 with about 4.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Boucher chucks up a 3. Can't get it. He was wide open. The coast was crystal clear, and he still could not cash it down. Grimes swings it out to Yabusele. Here's another 3 by Yabu, and he can't get it. It was contested. He thought he was fouled, and he gets back on defense as he looks at the ref as well. Yabusele trying to play defense over Dick. Here's a wide open 3, and Grady Dick knocks it down. So Dick actually threw it over to Shead, and then Dick got it back. And the Raptors up by 3 again. Grady Dick with his first tray of the night. 1 for 6 he is. Embiid spinning, turning, and hitting a foul shot. Line jumper to put the Sixers down by 1. Gave the big fella 22 points and 9 rebounds and 4 apples in this game. Timeout called by Toronto. Well, we all remember that Joel Embiid at one point against the Raptors had a donut in one game. And again, nothing from Tyrese Maxey. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Come on, man. Zip 0 for number 0. I've never seen him have this bad of a night. Joel, is he having a good game? Nope. It's just a back and forth game. It shouldn't even have to be this way, man. I haven't seen Paul George in a little bit. Make the 76ers bigger. If you are new to the channel, the name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go live for Sixers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Eagles football as well. I'll say this. Quentin Grimes, Paul Hudrick is right. That man needs to be a starter from here on out. I'm being dead serious. Quentin Grimes, with the way that he has played, deserves to be in the starting rotation as the starting point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers. The lineup needs to be Grimes, Maxi, George, Yabusele, and Embiid. That's what I've learned today. How do you guys think about a guard backcourt rotation of Maxi, McCain, and Grimes? Are you on board for that for the future? I am. I'm on board. I think that the future looks a little bit bright for the Sixers, to be honest with you. As long as they can find a way to move Paul George and maybe Joel Embiid. I said to put him on the block for a while. Still love the big fella, but it's been hard. Scott says I'm on board with that. Maxi goes inside, outside over to Grimes. I'm ready to move on from Embiid. I've said it for a while. But my emotion says I still want Embiid here. But business-wise, yeah. Here's Oubre with a little floater inside. He puts it up, and he puts it in. All right, so 72-71. Sixers get a rebound. Edwards over to Maxi. Maxi alley-oop pass over to Grimes. He can't make the layup. Follow through, though, by Justin Edwards. He got it up and in. All right, 3-point lead for Philadelphia as they come gazing out of the gates. Manny will quickly with a dump off inside over to Grady Dick, and Grady Dick puts it up and in, and he's fouled. Tyrese Maxey with his third personal foul. And he will foul Grady Dick as he goes over to the line for an and one opportunity. Grady Dick for the tie. He got it. He did. 2.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Maxi is blitzed. Hands it off to Grimes. Grimes with a dump-off pass to Yabusele. Here's Maxi down low, and he puts it up, and he's fouled. And finally, he's going to go to the line for his first 2 free throws and his first 2 points of the ball game. So Tyrese Maxey getting shut out like the Kansas City Chiefs were in the first half and pretty much up until like the 2-minute point of the third quarter. Pretty much. First foul shot is up and in. His first point of the game comes with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. So at least he's not going to get shut out like Joel Embiid did years ago against the Raptors. That's the good news. The second free throw by Tyrese Maxey, and he knocks it down.
Excellent.
There's more fouls than points. Crazy when they put it that way. 76 points for the 76ers, and here is a dunk by Orlando Robinson as he was in flight mode, and he dunked it on over Kelly Oubre Jr. Maxi over to Edwards at the baseline. A kick out to Oubre as he dribbles over towards the foul line. Can't make the shot. Yabusele trying to put it back up and in as he goes flying down over on the court, the hardwood that is. Scotty Barnes with a layup on the other side. Can't get it to go. A wide open three-pointer off the rebound by Jacoby Walter. And Emmanuel quickly with another tray. 4 for 7 he is from downtown in this game. Grimes with a three-pointer. It's short. Another rebound by Toronto. And with 1:25 to go, Walker gets it over to Robinson, and his layup is up and in. And a 5-0 run by Toronto over the last 30 seconds. Timeout taken by Philadelphia. I'm going to take a very quick step off. I will be right back. All right, see you very, very soon. All right, game is back on. Here's Paul George with a three-pointer. Bang! And PG able to float up a firework and launch it from the top of the key and swish it as well. Raptors have the ball. Barnes down low, gets it pickpocketed by Edwards. Edwards looking at the rim all by himself, and he ties the game. 5-0 run out of the timeout by the Sixers. And with 43 seconds left, Toronto looking to leapfrog Philadelphia and get the lead back. Barnes will try to drive it inside, scoops and scores. And, well, it's 83-81 with 33 seconds to go as the clock is milking down. Maxi for three. Tried to go for the 2 for 1 and couldn't get it. And rebound belongs to Chris Boucher. There's about 2 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. Agbaji has it over at the top of the key. It's actually Quickly who has it. And he's heavily guarded by Kelly Oubre Jr. And he looks to dish it down low to Barnes. And the shot goes up. No. And we have a foul called on Paul George with 6.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Nick Nurse is thinking about challenging this. And I don't think he will. Let's see again. It was a nice little backdoor cut over to Scotty Barnes. Was there a foul? Was there a foul there? Ever so slightly. First foul shot by Scotty Barnes. He's human and he misses it. Funny thing is that Josh Harris is loved in D.C. because of the Commanders' playoff run. Isn't that funny? Isn't that ironic? I think it's very ironic. Barnes at the line for one more. Bricking for chicken. He made it. It's 84-81. 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Maxi trying to drive it down low. Lost the ball. It's just been that type of a day. Quickly with a half-court shot. Can't get it. So Tyrese Maxey just has not had his day tonight. And he's gone field goal-less in this game. And the Sixers down by 3 points as they go into quarter number 4. Trivia time. I'll ask you a 76ers trivia question. If you get it right, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. All Philadelphia schools are actually going to be closed on Friday because of the parade. We just got breaking news on that. Let me ask you this Philadelphia 76ers trivia question. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Okay. What was the Philadelphia 76ers what was the Philadelphia 76ers stadium called back in 1951? What was their arena called back in 1951? Anybody know? The Spectrum. Not in 1951. It was not the Spectrum. What was their home arena called in 1951? Anybody? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's Embiid, who gets the ball down low. He'll kick it back out over to Jared Butler. One more to Yabusele for a three-pointer for the tie. Can't get it. So the arena was called the Onondaga County War Memorial. They played there from 1951 to 1963, and then they played at Convention Hall from 63 to 67, and then they moved to the Spectrum in 67, and they played there up until 1996. So here we go. Butler for a three. Got it to go. Good job by Jared Butler to tie the game up 84 to 84. So again, the arena that they played at back in 1951 was called Onondaga County War Memorial, which is now called the Upstate Medical University Arena. It's located in Syracuse, New York. I'd be impressed if anybody knew that. That's why it's a trivia question. That's why I wanted to ask you. Jared Butler gets it over on the perimeter, hands it back to Embiid for three. Too strong. He chucked it up from the top of the perimeter, and the Raptors come away with a rebound. See what happens when I try to cheat? You do it the wrong way. 10:25 to go. Catch and shoot three-pointer by Dick. Yikes, it's way off the mark. And Paul George has it for the Sixers. He's over on the left side. He tries to spin, turn, and go up with the elbow J. Could not get it. And he looks for the ref, and he cries, wolf. 84 to 84 is we're tied. Shot goes up and out, and it's no good by Ulrich Chomche. Embiid says, I've had enough. Grabs the rebound. Jared Butler, Gershon Yabusele, Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Kelly Oubre all out there for the Sixers. Where's the ball handler? George over at the nail. Puts up a two. Unties the knot. and makes it an 86-84 ball game. Paul George gave him 9 points on that 17-foot pull-up J. 9 minutes and 32 seconds to go. And there's a shot that goes up by Scotty Barnes. He is fouled by Yabusele in the act of shooting. Sixers put up 29 points in the third quarter. They had 18 points by the end of the first. And they also put up 34 in the second. Barnes, with his first free throw, it swirls around the world 4 times and finally goes in. I remember Kobe had one of those shots where it actually swiveled around the rim like 7 times, and then it finally spiraled in. Second foul shot. It's going to tie the game. Scotty Barnes in this ball game, 26 points. That's about 6 points above his average. 1 for 2 from 3 and 8 for 14 from the field. Embiid gets it over on the low block, tries to go up with a shot, and it's turned over as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Joel himself. Raptors love to get the roll around the rim. Oh, they do. That's the Toronto Raptors, man, and they get the lucky bounces as well. Barnes on the drive over Joel Embiid. And it was last touch by Joel. Got the little block there. Jacoby Walter has entered back into the ball game. They called a shooting foul on Oubre, actually. And that'll send Barnes back to the line for his 14th and 15th free throws. First foul shot is good. 28 points for Scotty Barnes. And the second free throw, here it is. It's good. 88-86. Yabusele dumps it back off over to Butler. Embiid again over on the block to George for 3. No good. And a rebound by Butler. Good effort by him. He dribbles around the timeline, gets it back over on the wing, takes a jab step, will try to drive it inside. Jared Butler is a baller. I love that hustle from Jared Butler, man. He went right to the rim as soon as George was about ready to take that 3, and he leaped up in the air. He had the mad hops, and then just took it right over around the timeline, and then just got a bucket himself. And here's the shot by Barnes. Got it on the floater and makes it 90-88. Toronto back out in front by 2 points. George tries to drive it himself, gives it up to Oubre, and we have a charge called on Paul George. Well, Jonathan Mogbo had his feet set, and George just leaned right on into him. And a good job by Mogbo to sacrifice his body. He did. That's the right call. And another turnover by Philadelphia. Still got a Butler at the deadline. Maybe not the one that we thought, but we got one. And he's actually pretty good. I like Jared Butler. I think he's a very good player who's, again, is young and athletic. Butler trying to play defense. There's a shot that does go up, but there's a foul called on the floor on Paul George. And he has to be careful. That's his 3rd personal foul. That's like 2 fouls within the last minute. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell icons. And that way you'll know when we go live. You're also more than welcome to give back to this channel as well. 90 points for the Toronto Raptors and just 88 for the Philadelphia 76ers. So Butler kicked the ball, and it went out of bounds. Here's Scotty Barnes over on the perimeter. Takes it towards the right side. He's at the elbow. Now gets it lost at the nail from Embiid. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's Sixers ball. Yeah, we also get 2 NFL games a week. That's pretty cool. All right, so Butler again tries to tie the game. Yes, sir, Jared Butler sizzling his way over towards the cup and does some ballet moves to finish right at the rim. 7:12 to go, still plenty of time left in this basketball match between the Sixers and the Raptors. Agbaji dribbles it back outside, and he'll get it back. Here's a three-pointer, book it. Jacoby Walter able to knock down a huge three-pointer and get his first bucket from beyond the arc. Embiid at the foul line, spinning, going to the cup, and he'll go to the line for one more as he makes the bucket. And he lays it up and in. Mogba was the one who's guilty for committing the foul. Timeout called by Nurse, and the Sixers will be back in just a few moments. I will also be right back, too. Well, guys, if it makes you feel any better, at least we're not getting blown out like the Chicago Bulls are right now. They are losing 67-24 against the Detroit Pistons with 1:27 to go in the second quarter. So it could be worse, folks. Just got to remember that. It could be worse. Kamel just commented that too. I beat him right to the punch. But yeah. It's actually now 69-27. So they're up by 42, not 45. I know that the score changes. Just joking. Just messing with you. Well, now they're back up by, 44? Detroit is 71 points. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icons. You guys know the drill. You guys know what to do. Tell your friends, tell your family members about Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for Sixers, Phillies, and Eagles games on this channel. Embiid tries to tie the game. He can't do so, and he misses the free throw. He's missed some free throws, man. He has to be better. 24 points and 12 rebounds for Embiid. It has really not been a dominant performance by him at all whatsoever. There's a little pass that goes outside. There's a three-point shot and a flop by Jacoby Walter. He flopped big time, and the Sixers, luckily enough, got a board. Butler, dump-off pass to Embiid. Embiid takes it over towards the foul line, puts up a layup, and gives the Sixers the lead back. 26 points for the big fella. And number 21 able to get the Sixers back out in front. They lead in 94-93. Magbo tries the dribble towards the left side, throws it away. Paul George incoming. Dump off fast to Grimes. Layup is good by Quentin Grimes, and another assist by Paul George. There we go. 96-93. Very delayed. Raptors. They have the ball. Sneed outside to Dick for three. Grady Dick has been just an absolute monster from three for them, and he's been a Sixers killer. Butler tries to give the Sixers the lead again. He was so close, but yet so far with that layup. And, well, the Toronto Raptors have it on their side, and Emmanuel quickly gets called for a travel. Darko is not happy with that call as he has his hands folded over on the sidelines. Sixers were able to get a bucket out in transition, and then Grimes missed an easy two. But a turnover by Toronto could help the Sixers and put them back up in front. Oubre does step back on in for Philadelphia. Here's Embiid over at the top of the key. Dumps it back off. Gives it down to Oubre down low. Oubre gets it blocked by Scotty Barnes. Agbaji rebound. Outlet pass that's supposed to go to Barnes, and it's out of bounds. He threw it way too far, and the Sixers will get it back. Again, back-to-back turnovers by Toronto on offense. And that's what's keeping the Sixers alive in this ball game. That was Jamal Shead who threw it out of bounds. Barnes with 31 points and 2 blocks as Tyrese Maxey checks back in for the 76ers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Embiid at the elbow. Wants to dance over Barnes. Kicks it out to Maxey for three. Off the mark. Tyrese Maxey can't knock it down. There's 4:23 left in the fourth quarter. Maxi with just 2 points. He's 0 for 6 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. Dick down low, inside, outside to Walker. Walker will pass it back over to a wide open three-pointer by Jamal Shead, and he can't get it. And it's another rebound by Philadelphia as Grimes got it, and Agbaji got called for the for the loose ball foul. Well, the Sixers have only put up 15 points in this fourth quarter, and the Raptors have only put up 12. It's been a huge scoring drought between the both of these teams. They're like, we'll just give this away. We want you to take it. And then the Raptors are like, no, you take it. Embiid for a three on the other side. Can't get it. And the Raptors have the rebound again. 3:43 left to go in this ball game. As we're going to come down to the wire, it looks like Dick wide open for a three. He needs a heat check, man. He just cashed another one in, and he is closing it out, it seems like, for Toronto. And we have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. The Sixers do have 2 more timeouts after this. And, well, Sixers down by a tray. Grady Dick. 16 points. It's been a good shooter for them. Went to Kansas, was a Jayhawk. Was a 13th overall pick back in the 2023 draft. Had no points in his last game against the Houston Rockets. Then he had 17, though, against the Thunder. It was 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Last time that he made 4 threes was on January 11th. That was against Detroit. Also had one on the 1st of January. And the last time he actually made 5 threes in the game, he went 5 for 14. And that was against Dallas on December 7th. I ain't scared. I said JJ made the question tough because that way Jane couldn't have Googled it. I think Jay missed it. I've been busy taking care of my mom at a you're good. No worries. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, my friend? What's going on, sir? 99 points for the Raptors and 96 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Mike, how shocked were you at Jalen Hurts and how well he played? Are you going to the parade on Friday? Because I am. Mike says, nice weather we're having tonight. Jokes. I feel that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Tyrese Maxey and Paul George tonight have combined to score 13 points. I do, Jan. I do. I might be late for the parade if it keeps snowing. Embiid goes up with an elbow J. It was off balance, and he's fouled. And he will make his way over to the foul line. Both teams, or each team, has scored 15 points in this fourth quarter. And the first free throw, no good by Joel. Well, as you know, I'm not a big fan of Jalen. I was not a big fan of Jalen, but I'll tell you this. This is now respect. I now respect his play. Yeah. He played well in that game. He did. When they needed him, he showed up. 99-97 as Scotty Barnes gets it over at the foul line, and Embiid does make the second free throw. Barnes with an elbow J over Embiid. That was good defense, just better offense by Scotty Barnes. And we're coming down to the wire. 2:53 left in the fourth quarter. Maxi on the near side of the wing dumps it off to Embiid. Embiid is trucking down low, puts up a shot. It's rejected by Barnes, and Grady Dick comes up with the rebound. So Toronto looking to try to get another bucket, and the Sixers got to stand tall on defense. Barnes for three. In and out it goes. Grimes, rebound for the Sixers. Lost it. Got it back, though, in the front court, thank goodness. Embiid throws it over to Oubre. They dump it off to George for a three, and Paul George knocks it down. 1 point ball game with 2:13 to go. Fasten the seatbelts. You know what to do. Seatbelts clicked. 2:05 left to be played in the fourth quarter. Agbaji with a foul shot, or with the foul line J, but he's fouled by Kelly Oubre Jr. How many over-the-shoulder throws did he make? Like 5 or something? He played pretty well. He played pretty well. He got my respect in that game, too. Has not had a good year. Saquon carried them on offense, and when he needed to show up, he did. First foul shot is up and in. Tell you this, he played good the whole year, but in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, he played great. Foul shot number 2 is good, and that makes it 103-100. Grimes gets trapped in the backcourt, dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey. who's at the logo, gets it into the front court. Maxi steps back, lets it fly to tie the game. And finally, Tyrese Maxey shows up when the Sixers need him the most. That's his first field goal today, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Agbaji will dump it back off over to Barnes. He was not anticipating it, but still came up with the ball. Down low is Agbaji for two, and he got it. 105, 103, Raptors back out in front by two. Grimes gives it up to Embiid, and now dumps it back to Maxi. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxi with a behind-the-back bounce pass over to Embiid. A foul line J to tie the game. Can't get it. Barnes gets the rebound, and the Toronto Raptors in no particular hurry. 1:10 to go, and 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Sixers got to hold their ground on defense. Here's a three for the Raptors. They can't get it. And another rebound by Grimes. He's been all over the glass. 53 seconds to go. Maxi wants to drive it inside. He says, give me the ball. He puts up a shot. Can't get it. And it'll still be Sixers ball as it was last touched by the Raptors. Maxi was aggressive. Just could not finish through traffic. Almost had it. And the Raptors have to give it back to the Sixers. Maxi over on the baseline. Inbounds it over to George for three. Near quarter shot. No, that was a terrible shot by Paul George. And the Sixers got to play defense again. Why would you go to that? I mean, he was so off balance. 40 seconds left, and the clock's milking down as Oubre is guarding Agbaji. They dump it back off over to Scotty Barnes. George is on him. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Barnes lost it. And 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's a three. There's a shot that goes up. No. And it's airballed. And the Sixers will get it back with 20.8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. That three-point shot was terrible by Paul George, man. That was awful. 43 seconds left, and now 43 people on here. Tyrese Maxey has the ball. 15 seconds to go. Maxey will try to kick it out to Embiid. Embiid thought about taking the three. Lost the ball. Dick comes away with the steal. What was Embiid doing? And Dick gets fouled with 5.3 seconds left. That turnover by Joel Embiid was absolutely costly. He was wide open at the top of the key, and he had all day to shoot it. And then he just thought twice about it, went over towards the rim, crossed on over, lost the ball right behind his back, and Agbaji was there to pick his pocket. Wow. Dick for the first foul shot, can't get it. So the game is still open. Grady Dick, who's been clutch all night. Second foul shot, he got it. And a timeout call by Nick Nurse. 106-103. And with 5.3 seconds left, it still ain't over. What a joke. What a joke, man. What an absolute joke. What's up, Asia? How are you, Asia? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Jason Joseph, by the way. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for Sixers, Phillies, and Eagles. And we do play-by-play. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey. And if you guys enjoyed this content, please just give me a like, give me a follow, give me a sub. I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. I've been doing this now for 2 years. If you guys wouldn't mind helping me out, I would really appreciate it, man. I really would. We'll be back on for the Sixers tomorrow night, too. So I hope that you all will join us. Even though this team is just very psychologically damaging. I don't know. 106-103 with 5 seconds to go. And the Sixers still not done yet. Here we go. Grimes will be the inbounder here. He'll give it up over to Embiid. Embiid throws it over to Maxi. Maxi tries to tie the game. He airballs it. No. And that's going to do it. So the Sixers, actually, Grimes was able to hit a layup right at the buzzer. And the Sixers lose by 1 to the Toronto Raptors, 106 to 105. And that is the final score of this game as Embiid and George head back into the tunnel once again. Well, let's see this last shot here. That was good defense by Agbaji. They knew what they were going to do. They knew that they were going to go to Maxi there. And they did. And Scotty Barnes, the player of the game, 33 points. 10 for 16 from the field. 12 for 15 from the foul line. And we had 10 rebounds in this game as well. Am I going to kick and scream, folks? I'm not going to kick and scream. I'm not going to let this team do that to me after what I've witnessed from a miraculous season from the Philadelphia Eagles. I've come to accept that the Philadelphia 76ers are who they are, and it is what it is at this point. Again, like, I can be very upset with how things went down the stretch. First and foremost, 18 points in the first quarter is a joke. Tyrese Maxey didn't even hit his first field goal, which was his only field goal, up until the 144 mark in the fourth quarter. That was terrible. Joel Embiid played like... My man's jogging up and down. Excuse me. One sec. My man's jogging up and down the court like he's just, I don't know, a turtle. Slow. Minding his own business. He did not have a good game today. The stats will tell you one thing. If you watch the game with your eyes, he played terrible again today. And Paul George was Paul George. Did really bad shooting-wise again from the field. Didn't want to be aggressive a lot of the time. Jogging up and down, minding his own business. Not trying to move without the ball. Goes over towards the corner, stands there, and then just watches the basketball team go by, thinking about his next podcast, which will probably be uploaded tomorrow. And they'll probably talk about another loss and the growth of Jared Butler or whatever it is. Just watching on the court and not taking the game seriously. But it all starts with Joel Embiid, man. It all starts with Joel Embiid. Does he want to be here? Does he not want to be here? It looks like he's very checked out. It looks like he doesn't want to be here anymore. And it's just that's just where we are. That's literally where we are. The Raptors and the Sixers tonight literally played like, you ever see that scene from Drake and Josh where they show them as older, you know, like they're in like their 80s, like they're old men, like just going at it against each other, and they do like those slow punches or like whatever. That's what I felt like I was watching. I felt like I was watching like two guys just slow fighting. It was awful. Maxi did not take a lot of shots tonight. Yeah. We let Scotty Barnes put up 33 points. Scotty Barnes looked like he was Tyrese Maxey out there. And they actually got foul calls, as funny as that is. So, again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We got 43 concurrent viewers on here. Another disappointing loss. 5 points for Maxi, fewest career-made field goals with 30 or more minutes. All the streaks are ending. It was not a good day for him. Am I going to be mad at Tyrese Maxey? Am I going to be screaming and kicking at him? No, because every time he goes out there, he tries. And yet, we're playing 5-on-3 basketball. It's the same story, same thing, man. And, again, it's not worth getting upset about it. It really isn't. Like, what is there to be upset about? Realistically, we know what this team is. Okay? This team is a fringe play-in team who probably is going to lose either in the play-in tournament or in the first round. That is where the bar is now for the Philadelphia 76ers. Emmanuel quickly put up 23 points. Grady Dick had 17. Quickly and Dick combined had 40 points and were 13 for 24 from the field. Maxi and George had a combined 19 points and were 6 for 21 on an average of 35 minutes. So, we got another game tomorrow, and then it's All-Star Weekend. So, again, we'll be live for the parade on Friday. We'll have you covered for that. How Gershon only played 22 minutes in this game is beyond me. How Justin Edwards only played 16 minutes is beyond me. Jared Butler, in 16 minutes, he had 15 points. Jared Butler is a baller. Quentin Grimes is a baller. Our bench had a total of a plus 19. Our starters today were minus 34. See, I wasn't going to yell. But this team just does that. Maxi, minus 15. Oubre, minus 3. 39 minutes. Maxi, 34 minutes. Embiid was a plus 1. He should have been a minus 20. And that was in 38 minutes. Justin Edwards, minus 7 in 16 minutes. Paul George, minus 10 in 36 minutes. Your team just doesn't care. The guys that are getting paid top dollar, except for Tyrese Maxey, don't care. Friday's the parade. I wasn't going to yell. I need to. I'm not going to a game again this year. Because why? Why should I? Right? But if I were to go to a game, I would actually make a sign that says, play the young guys. Bench PG and bench Joel. Let him get his surgery. Let him get his second surgery that Lisa Salters reported and Daryl Morey again lied to us about. Let him get that surgery, that second surgery, and have him come back next year. I don't want to see Joel Embiid on the court again this year. I don't want to see him on the court again. At this point, bench Paul George. Let him collect his paycheck on the bench, bro. I wasn't gonna yell. I wasn't gonna get upset. But how can I not? Why do I even care? I'm a freak. That's why. I'm a Philadelphia freak. Crazy. 4 turnovers by Tyrese Maxey, too. I'll give Toronto credit for how they blitzed them in that third quarter specifically. But, yeah. Just get the surgery over with, Joel. Just get it now. Wave the white flag. You're done. And bench Paul George. Play Ricky Council. Play Jared Butler. Play Quentin Grimes. Play Chuma Okeke. Sign him to a contract or whatever it is, another 10-day deal. Give him time, man. It's 11 o'clock on Friday. That's when the parade is, but I will probably live stream. It's going to be crowded, man. I'll let you know more details about what's going to happen on a post or something. Right now, I'm just baffled with this basketball team. I don't know how, you know what kind of annoys me a little bit? I love the NBC Sports crew. They do a great job. What I liked about Ricky Bottalico is that he doesn't hide anything. Ricky Bo gives you the facts. He gives you the emotion. And I watched the post-game show, and I'm like, well, they don't get mad. They don't get upset. And I love Jim Lynam. I love Amy Fadul. I love Mark Jackson. I think that they're a nice crew. But it's like when they're on a losing streak, like, how can you not get mad? Like Tom McGinnis. One thing I like about Tom is that he shows the emotion. You know? Brings it out whenever he has to. So. But yeah. All right. JJ, go out and make snow angels. You'll feel better, I promise. Do we actually have that much snow now? Maybe we do. It's starting to cover the cul-de-sac. Okay. It's starting to cover the cul-de-sac, so. Yeah. Screw this basketball team. Go Birds. We'll do it again tomorrow for the Sixers. Before I head off, though, I mean, at this point, what do you do? What if you're the coach of the 76ers, what do you do? What do you do? Now, you're 20-33. You're 13 games under 500, and you have 27 games left to go. 28 games left to go. What do you do? Actually, 29, 82 games. What do you do? The whole Sixers thing right now is soft, top to bottom. And all those who cover them in the media. I agree. I'm not I wouldn't call myself a hard person. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. They're getting away with something that wasn't supposed to happen. And they're letting everybody down. And they know it. Like you said, play the young guys, says Neil. Well, I'm out. Good luck. Yep. All right. Good night, Jane. Good night. I feel you. Let's see what people on the vertical stream have to say. Thoughts on Joel passing the open three? Great question, by the way, Willie. He thought twice. If Joel had that killer instinct, he would have said, I'll take it. You were wide open. You had 5 seconds. You had time. That one game that Jalen played against the LA Rams where he had so much time in the pocket because he had so many blockers. And he just, at some points, just got sacked and had to scramble out of the pocket, but he had plenty of time to make a decision. That's what Joel Embiid had right there. Embiid had all day and night to make a decision out there, and he should have just shot the three, and he overthought it. That was bad. That was terrible. RB went off on Embiid. He should. He should. I'm just not I'm not going to go that far today because why should I? Why? Well, at this point, I've been kicking and screaming a lot. Did I yell a little bit tonight? I yelled a little bit. Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering, they actually took off that final 2-pointer that Quentin Grimes hit at the buzzer. So he didn't get his 2 points. So I just wanted to let you know that, if you guys are into the details and the and that type of stuff. So it wasn't 106-105. They didn't just lose by 1. They actually ended up losing by 3. So I hope that makes everybody feel better. Yeah. Yes, Mom's doing good. All right, good. I have low expectations at this point, says Hardcore. Yeah. I'm with you. All right, well, in case you were upset tonight, they'll be back at it tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when they will be back. And they play against the Brooklyn Nets. Had a great time with RB. That was fun. We're going to the parade on Friday. That'll be great. But before Friday, we got one more game from this nightmare of a team. And that'll be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, we're going to wrap it up. I'm surprised I made a 17-minute post-game show out of this. That's actually pretty impressive. Good night, Mark. Good night, Scott. Good night, Hardcore. Good night, Jane. Good night, Grace. Good night, Neil. Good night, Asia. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Catch you all tomorrow. Also, we got a little pod coming out tonight about the Philadelphia Eagles, too. So be sure to check it out. It'll probably be up maybe early tomorrow morning, actually, now that I think about it. Good night. Catch you all on the next one. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already.